People ask me, so why did you do a documentary? I said, well, if not now, when? You know?
And if you bought my album and you came down here expecting me to do a lot of routines from the record and I didn't do them, well,
Hey guys, it's Max. So much more from that incredible man very soon. This is Flip Your Wig. It's the place that we celebrate entertainment, film, TV, all that good stuff, premieres, interviews, reviews. And of course, I love to hear your comments. So please do be a part of the community, get involved and turn your notifications on. Also subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss a video. Right, let's talk about this brand new Steve Martin 2-part documentary.
I always thought of him as the door out of the 60s. You could be silly again.
All comedy was political, and I felt that it was time to change that.
I wrote a memoir, an autobiographical memoir, and so much information came from people I contacted, and they remembered things. I went, oh yeah. So not only is archival material in your house, it's also in the minds of other people.
It's currently streaming on Apple TV, and it's the life story of legendary actor and comedian Steve Martin. It's been directed by Morgan Neville, and it's divided into 2 parts. Now, let me tell you what you get in both parts. Part 1 looks at Steve's early career and rise to fame, spanning from his appearances on late-night television to comedy rock star and selling out arenas across the world.
Well, I had begun cleaning out my memorabilia. You know, I had sold some things at auction to benefit the motion picture home. You know, I had clothes from movies and things like that. And it's things, frankly, I just didn't want to leave for my wife to deal with at some point, you know. So I thought, I'll do the escorting out of some of this stuff. So this is also a way to summarize a life that I, in a way that I couldn't. It would take someone else to do it.
I'll say, as a documentarian, Steve saved so much great stuff. So the fact that he had his spiral notebooks from when he was 16 years old, you know, things like that with his homework assignments sometimes, you know, your philosophy notebooks from UCLA, things like that.
Yeah. I noticed there's some misspellings in the movie. Weird, I spelled W-I-E-R-D.
I did notice that.
Yeah, but, you know, you get a pass. Except I was in college.
No, I really enjoyed part 2. It takes a raw look at Steve's personal and professional journey from stand-up comedian to becoming a celebrated actor, author, and believe it or not, musician.
My whole life is backwards. How did I go from riddled with anxiety in my 30s to 75 and really happy?
You know, the challenge for me is, you know, documentary shows a lot of things about your life. And there's nothing I'm not proud of, but there's things I wish were better, you know, in just terms of quality and material. And so you do have to revisit your failures as well as your successes. Just, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a moment in the second film when we're listening to cassettes of your old stand-up.
Yeah.
And you're so visibly uncomfortable doing that.
Yeah.
that, you know, I'm sure there were many moments that made you squirm by kind of having
Yes, there is, because, you know, when you're doing a documentary, you want everything to be so good. Everybody go, wow, that was really good. And then you're listening to something you know is in process.
Steve, a documentary in 2 pieces, is currently available on Apple TV. Let me know what you think. Who would you love to see a documentary about and why? Let me know in the comment section. Turn your notifications on. Please do subscribe so you don't miss anything. And I will be back with more videos very soon.
You know, if I look back over my stand-up career, which is the first half, you know, I could probably count, you know, 25 shows that I would go, yeah, that was really good, you know, out of 1,000, you know. But I'm not being self-critical. I'm just saying it's just the way it is.
Glad you're not filming this because it'd be so embarrassing.
Why don't I interview you as we're driving?
It's called Viking, but sure.